I do feel as a woman leader, I've got a responsibility to lift others as I can, to ensure that I also create the same opportunities that we have failed to ensure this many of us. We can never be comfortable only having two of us in the room and think that's okay. Because we're an educated women, we educate the society.
Tuesday at 10 on the North Carolina channel. You're watching the North Carolina channel.
I'm host Heather Burgess. Don't miss our all-new season of My Home. From shy inspiration to hitting the trail on land or water, beautiful music and people making a difference.
I kind of consider us lucky 30 some years ago. This is all they had.
team of storytellers travel across the state, searching for the fascinating faces, places, and inspiring stories you've come to love. We can't wait for you to see. It's all on My Home.
Thursday at 10:30 on the North Carolina channel. The very best the old home state has to offer. This is the North Carolina channel.
Welcome to PBS North Carolina's At Home Learning Blog here on the North Carolina channel. This afternoon will feature content for grades 6 through 12. Thanks for watching and happy learning.
Alright, so this summer,
They give 3 of us random people with these profiles.
we're going to talk to people who are happy with their lives, happy with their work.
You can just build bigger first fantasies.
So we're interviewing Spaceman Chip, who is a spoken word artist and specialist.
This interview is going to be amazing, okay?
So these are the years when you need to get your crazy done. Do it now.
Road Trip Nation is made possible by Puppies, providing solutions to educational institutions that help students move successfully through each stage of the learning life cycle.
Road Trip Nation is also made possible by AT&T, helping connect students to success in school, in the workforce, and in life.
This public television series is supported by the University of Phoenix Foundation, helping Road Trip Nation build hope, discovery, and educational opportunities in school communities across the country.
This program was made possible by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. Everywhere you turn, people try to tell you who to be and what to do. But what about deciding for yourself? Road Trip Nation is a movement that empowers people to define their own roads in life. Every summer, we bring together 3 people from different backgrounds. Together, they explore the country, interviewing inspiring individuals from all walks of life. They hit the road in search of wisdom and guidance to find what it actually takes to build a life around doing what you love. This is what they found. This is Road Trip Nation.
These are New Yorkies.
I think they flat with an accent.
I want to live here. We're about to go into New York. And even just experiencing the world outside of Manhattan, we're pretty nasty already. Alright guys. Maybe
Alright, New York.
as New York stuff, you know what to expect.
I've never been in New York in a big green RV. We crossed the George Washington Bridge into the city. And like seeing the skyline and everything, you can just feel the bigger first fantasy.
Alright, stop cameras off.
Man, you could
Being in a large vehicle is so out of place, so I really belong.
people are just staring at us.
And you never feel still.
This is like a roller coaster.
Manhattan is enormous.
That's a small one.
Crazy seeing the streets going down. Right along. experience through the window of the RV. But when you walk around the city and you use like the subway, it feels like you can explore it a bit more.
And some mustard.
And then we went from there to a highlight, which is just the old underground metro system. So I had a genius idea of turning it into a walkway with like bars, all these kind of attractive things with like art sculptures and things. And the whole thing, you can see, like look down and you can see like the street still working and functioning underneath. And it's awesome.
Roller, so stop praying God to me to find you a parking spot, but we must have direct connect because we got it like that.
I'm happy with it. I still haven't got something. I don't know what it would take me to get a sense of the size of the city.
Hard even like this when it's a bit.
I like you.
So like you're parked on the street, sleeping in the RV. It is that fine line between like homelessness and the rich life. Travelers.
We're looking for people who enjoy doing what they're doing, right? This person's doing like an interesting job, but they're doing something pretty cool. We're calling out.
This interview is going to be amazing, okay? This is going to be top-notch interview. I'm juiced. Let's do it.
So we're interviewing Stacey Ann Chip, who is a spoken word artist and LGBT rights activist here in New York, really trying to push for what she believes in. And I thought that sounds really cool.
Hi.
Come on in, come on in, come on in.
Let's see what's happening.
I have been a poet, a rabble rouser, a dissenter, an activist, and really, and I'm raising a kid
You're raising a kid.
who's now wiping cream cheese on me. I was born on the island of Jamaica. My mother left me and my brother when I was born. I suffered at the hands of all kinds of abuse. Yeah, I suffered at the hands of, relatives who I don't think were equipped to care for a small child, and particularly a small child who was naughty.
You integrated at that age.
Yes, and I remained that way throughout my teen years, I think. But I think my method of questioning evolved, became more sophisticated. I started to do that within the context of school.
When did you start writing?
When did I start writing? That is the thing about texting. Because I always ask myself, like, what constitutes writing? Because I wrote in a journal, when I was young. The anxiety, oh my God, I wish my mother would come and get me. All that stuff. I just kind of wrote.
I'm looking at some of your achievements and stuff.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. I want to know when did you become like a storyteller? You've been writing for a long time now, but when you started telling stories.
When I was young and I had such a horrible life at home, and I was going to school with children who had a different life than me, I started making up stories. So maybe people saw me as the waste, the rest, the loudmouth. When I wrote things down, I could imagine a narrative that was different from the one I was living. I could be Oliver Twist, Anna Green Rose, or any one of those horror stories where young kid born in difficult circumstances makes it. When I was a kid, I used to hide everything, like hide all the terrible details of my life and kind of pull them close to me and try to make them look like something else to other people when I told the story. And I think when I was 17 and I went away to college, I got very tired of trying to keep track of all my lies. So I decided I would never tell a lie again. I got so tired of it, I walked right into my college roommate and I just kind of blurted out like, my mother left me when I was a baby, my father doesn't want me, and my cousins all tried to rape me, and I'm not a Christian anymore, I don't believe in God, and I'm here in college. And I was just supposed to me, I guess, the rest of this semester. But But basically, I think that was a valuable accident. After that, I was just like the tell too much girl. And I think when I became a lesbian, I continued to be that kind of person, telling everyone about it in a culture that was violently homophobic. And of course, it didn't respond well. And I became quite isolated. And I became a target on campus for a lot of difficult other boys, hauled me off into a bathroom and sexually assaulted me. And what age were you? I was 22 when it happened, and I remember kind of collapsing on the floor and kind of holding myself in for a long, long, long time before I could move, before I could admit that it happened to me. Because during the assault, I didn't say anything. I was such a big mouth before that. I was so like, if anything happened, I would, and let one of them say something to me. I'll show them. And then throughout the entire assault, I did not say a word. I was silent. I was docile. I was submissive. I was deeply afraid. And I was very ashamed that I was not there. Because I was more thankful you're going to remember stuff. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Do you think that's why we as women blame ourselves when we're assaulted, not from the event? Because we know it's common, but I mean, it makes more sense in my head, the lack of our response and lack of voice.
I think that the lack of voice certainly underscores the shame that is put on you, even when you don't feel ashamed. Because there are women who are assaulted who don't feel ashamed, but society will approach them as if it's their fault all the time. Really, what did you do to invite this upon yourself? What could you have done to prevent it? And so we don't have conversations with young boys about sexual assault and the damage that girls carry when that kind of thing occurs. But we talk to girls about self-defense. The issue of rape, the issue of sexual assault, it's not an issue that belongs to any one gender. We are all culpable of the philosophies, of the ideologies that feed the continued phenomenon of rape. It's how we glorify boys who can get girls. It's how we shame women who take desired pleasure from their bodies when they want to, with whom they want to. I think after the boys in the bathroom, I really understood that I could not live a life of being an out lesbian in Jamaica. And so I packed up. I just bought a ticket and landed in New York City.
How are you supporting yourself? How do you?
I would do odd jobs, for people, babysit for friends of mine for a night. $10 could get me $5 on a MetroCard, and then use $4 to buy ramen noodles. And that would mean I could eat and move through the city for the next week. And somewhere in the first couple of months of being here, I discovered the whole experience. People who were examining their own lives, people who didn't want to go to 9-to-5 jobs, and so our day began whenever we got up, and we would write bad poems or good poems all day, get on a microphone and read what we've written.
Do you remember the first thing you read in public?
It's a rather terrible poem. And it's about this young girl who was being molested by her uncle, and he would come into her room, and then one night she got a knife and let him have it. And that's part fiction, but I think the story came from an incident that happened when I was a kid, when one of my cousins came into my room. I'd been married with him for a couple of months before that, and that night I laid in wait with my pencil, and I let him have it. manage, I rant, I am on every social media, you know, agitating conversation. I think it's been a wonderful, valuable, serendipitous, amazing journey towards this person I've become.
A bit that you're off and you're actually in what?
Well, yes, because I mean, you know, on the one hand it is work because I get paid for doing what I do. I think that I work very hard to make sure my work pulls me towards growth, towards examining my own biases. You know, I want to be strong and I want to be fierce. I want to do this until I'm dead. And so I have to keep being fed and clothed and sheltered. But I also have to keep myself, my spirit, fed. So I have to find a way to say the work I do matters and it is in keeping with the politics that I started when I was 20.
I believe God is that place between belief and what you name it. I believe holy is what you do when there is nothing between your actions and the truth. The truth is, I'm afraid to draw black lines around me. I'm not always pale in the middle. I come in too many flavors for one. Food, I am never one thing or the other. At night, I am everything I fear. Tears, sorrow, black windows and muffled streets. In the morning, I'm all I ever want to be. Rain and laughter, barefoot prints and invisible seas. Always, without breath or definition. I blame every single dawn for yesterday is simply what I was. And tomorrow, even what will be.
I encourage young people to question everything. I think that when you're young, you have a lot more space to attempt the impossible, to do the crazy, to stand on a limb and teeter. I say, teeter away. Reach, and think that everyone says can be done. You are your bravest self. And when I say brave, I don't mean the quiet courage that it takes to raise a child. I mean,
Looking for bladder leak protection designed for worry-free sleep? Try Poise Overnight Pads. With a 75% wider back, Poise is most absorbent and provides up to 12 hours of protection to help you sleep worry-free. Try Poise Overnight Pads.
So we found 3 guys that she wanted to meet who were in her DM, and she thought this would be the safest way to meet them. Instead of finding out they were some creep at it on a date,